Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from tinaheals.com. And if you have a Taurus ascendant, a Taurus moon, and a 12th house Aries sun, then this is your video. So you have your ascendant degree or rising in fixed earth ruled by Venus. You have your moon in exaltation ruled by Venus. In fixed earth again, same Taurus, moon conjunct your ascendant. And in the first house, moon in the first house makes you very connected, your emotional fluidity very connected to your physical body. Okay, first house, the house of is the house of self, the physical body, and Taurus also is physical body. So your very emotions are very connected to your physical body in a sense. Okay, uh, now you have, as I said, your sun is in Aries. Sun does very well in Aries. Sun is exalted in Aries. But this is a problematic sun because it's a 12th house sun. And 12th house is a problematic house, the house of undoing, right? Now, the ascendant is the degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. And the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. For you, this is Taurus. So the ascendant is sort of the Jungian mask you wear to interface with society. It is how the world perceives you. When you walk into a room, it is your ascendant that is most visible to people. Okay, it is how you look, your physical body, the gestures, but it is more than that. It is how you are plugged into the 3D matrix. Okay, it is first point of touch the soul makes with this realm of flesh and blood. So you see immediately, and Taurus deals with the physical body, which is flesh and blood. So you're very connected to your physical body. Okay, now as a Taurus ascendant, when you walk in, people automatically notice the Venusian side of you. You're definitely very beautiful, the way you look, traditionally dressed, because Taurus likes to keep it traditional. Here Venus is the earth goddess. She is fecund and fertile. Taurus is very fertile, so can get pregnant easily, can impregnate easily. Okay, and now with your ascendant in Aries, your rising in Aries, Taurus, people see that Venusian side of you, that beauty. And you also have a moon in Taurus. Taurus rules the throat. So you have a very beautiful voice. People immediately listen to you and they can connect to your voice. Your moon also being in Taurus in the first house, emotions and the physical body, almost a sort of a channeling that's going on with your emotions and your physical body reacting to it. And because Taurus deals with banking, finance, the physical body, earth, and vegetation and agriculture, there's a connection to food. So, and think about it. You put food in your mouth, it goes down through here. Taurus rules the throat chakra, thyroid. So if you're eating too much, because you obviously have a connection to food, then you can put on tons of weight. It's very difficult for Taurus to lose that weight, although you have an Aries sun, okay, which is known to lose weight very quickly. But I would not advise you to get that far. Check your hormones regularly, eat correctly, and do whatever you need to do to keep your physical body in shape. And if ever you're feeling anxious, stressed out, touch base with your body, ground yourself. Taurus fixed earth is about grounding. Okay, so when you think about how Uranus and Taurus has definitely changed the way you perceive reality. Okay, but think of it like this. Yes, Uranus can be abrupt, it can be very shocking, scary. But think of it like how oak trees root deeper when there are imminent threats of electrical storms. That's what you're doing, you're rooting. And Taurus has to build and root. It's the archetype of the builder. Sometimes this rooting goes taken to an extreme. You can just pick up people without roots and help them root. So, you're very attracted to the damsel in distress. You want to rescue someone. Sometimes Taurus wants to be rescued. They want to be the damsel in distress. So another thing about Taurus is they're probably one sign that has already planned their wedding in great detail. Okay, they need to know all the little detailings. Very tactile. They like to touch. They like to feel. Because think of the five petal pentagram of Venus. It is how she seduces us into incarnation through the five senses. So Taurus is a very desire-oriented manifestation. You want to buy, you want to hoard, you want the prettiest things, you want the best house, you want a good car. But also they're very low-key. They're not rambunctious or overtly extroverted. They have a very measured approach. So Taurus, you may be beautiful, but you're not going to be the sex siren walking in and getting everybody's attention. You're going to be the more demure, traditional types. Okay, now although you have the Aries sun, which is completely not traditional and very visionary, trailblazer, but still, you have that double Taurus happening. So you love giving gifts, love receiving gifts. You don't like surprises. You can be temperamental, angry, upset, moody, controlling, jealous, possessive, all of that. And moon exalted is not always that you get, your racing emotions. It doesn't work like that. Exalted moon can also bring tons of problems. And this can be, you again using food as a buffer. So always keep that in mind. Taurus loves to feed people and loves to eat. Cancer Taurus will never let you go hungry. Okay, they'll always feed you. Now the thing is that because this is the desire realm of Venus, the fear of Taurus is getting attached, enmeshed so deeply in this desire realm that there's no way out. And your soul is going on living this incarnation after incarnation. But you need to step out of that and realize there's the world of spirit, because Taurus also deals with spiritual illumination. Aldebaran, the fixed star, is all about spiritual illumination. The Vedic people said that Taurus is the Kritikas. They bring mystical knowledge to humanity. So you immediately see Taurus is not just buying, storing, procuring, hoarding, luxury, new things, shopaholics. It's much more. Eminent astrologer Stephen Forrest says that Taurus is not just about money. At an even more fundamental level, it represents nature itself and the survival resources it provides us. So Taurus is everything. Think Earth, Gaia, vegetation. She has everything ready for us. She's fertile. Okay, in her fertility we become fertile. Okay. Now the moon is the very antithesis of the ascendant. You have moon and Taurus, so the archetype stands, what I just said. Moon is exalted in Taurus, okay? And she's cold and moist, and she can be very fertile, very creative in Taurus. Singer, actress, but emotions are quite stable, and oftentimes you don't fret so much about emotions because you're more tied to the desire principles. Of course, if you're very spiritually awakened, then you go on a different path. But otherwise, Taurus is mostly enmeshed in the physical realm with the five senses. Okay? So that is something to think of. You can hold a grudge. Okay, the moon. Let me discuss the moon. So the moon is the antithesis, I said, of the ascendant. It is who you are when the Jungian mask comes off. It is who you are when you are vulnerable, raw. It's who you are when you're most stressed out. It's your mother, how you are as a mother, nurturing, comfort, nourishment, everyday habit patterns, imagination, ESP, emotional connectivity, emotional fluidity. It is a yin component, and the moon is tied to our childhood and past life memories. Okay, our ancestors as well. Okay, the moon rules breast and stomach, so immediately you know it's nourishment that you seek. And Taurus moon definitely craves for nourishment. Moon is also your psychic awareness. So having that moon in Taurus in your body, on your ascendant, you're very connected to your physical body. Very psychically connected. Okay, you can even be channeling messages, very mediumistic is what I think when you have moon in the first house in Taurus. Okay, or because your emotions and your body is very, very connected. Your mother was a very important part of, your identity of self. And you're very, very emotionally beautiful. The way you come across to people, people can open up to you, and you're always looking to build something, relationships, friendships, business. You're always looking to build. You'll work very well with beauty, uh, beauty market, anything related to Venus. She's your ascendant lord. Of course, you have to see many things, day night chart, position of Venus by sign, house, aspect. So a lot of that, but otherwise you're very Venusian. But don't get enmeshed in the 3D world. This is, what you have to understand. You understand functionality, substance, hard work, being careful when opening up and all of that. Tons of stuff. But you also have to know that there is a world of spirit out there. Okay, and you have a 12th house moon, a sun. So this is a very problematic place for the sun, because the sun is actually exalted in Aries. Now the sun is the father, as moon is the mother. The sun is our leadership skills, how we illuminate, how we shine, the healthy ego that we have, the sense of self that we have. I am, that is the sun. Sun in the 12th house, your father could have been incarcerated at some point, or forced incarceration, as in forced seclusion, could have worked in a secluded place like a hotel, or been spiritual in some ways. Okay, now Aries is the archetype of the pioneer. This is cardinal fire, ruled by Mars. Okay, so this is the fire that wants to start things, the matchstick that that lights up the fire. It's quick, it's fast, it's swift. Okay, now the 12th house sun is problematic. As I said, 12th house is the house of self-sabotage. So your father could have been an alcoholic also. Your father may not have been there for you. In some extreme cases, death could have occurred of the father or any other person who could have played that father archetype. Okay, and there's always trauma with the 12th house. This is the domain of Pisces, which is the realm of the bardo. And Aries is ruled by Mars. It cuts and burns. So having a 12th house sun can be very problematic in the way you finally express yourself. 12th house sun means, everything always happens for you at a subconscious level. Like your success is never full blown or evident. It's always, more hidden, more occulted. And you may have to put in a lot of effort to get something going. Okay, but you have a spiritual psychic awareness about you. Okay, you could be a healer of sorts. Okay, astrologer, tarot reader. You want to go places where you've never gone with your Aries sun, because sun is how we illuminate, and wherever that is, that gets illuminated. For you, this is the 12th house of drowning, death, and spirituality, mysticism, and you have the sun there. So, and the 12th house, and this Aries, which is quite a volatile, agitating, fiery energy. So you have to find balance, but that 12th house sun can give you a lot of psychic awareness, and that moon in the first, and they are semi-sextile, which is a very complicated, conflicted aspect, okay, with your Taurus moon and your sun in Aries, and your Taurus rising and your sun in Aries. There's a semi-sextile. This is a conflicted situation, okay, where ultimately you don't know whether to express your emotions or stand up for what you believe in, or whether to go with what society expects of you, or to just drown away and disappear, because sun in the 12th can mean alcoholics, or into drugs, or any kind of escapism. But Aries doesn't linger like Pisces. It's quick, it's effective, it's swift. Of course, you have to see the placement of Mars to truly understand how you bring illumination to the world. But you have the archetype of the builder and the archetype of the pioneer, and a 12th house sun and a first house moon, psychic, healing, tarot, cult, ceremonial magic, and all of that. Secret societies will work very well for you. Let me know. You could also be a channel or a medium. Very good combination to be a medium or a channel. Let me know in the comments below how this has worked out for you. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Liking, commenting, and subscribing means the world. Book a reading. See you soon.